Well, a couple of weeks ago, the snow finally cleared up enough on the south end of the Three Lakes Loop Road that we could get out there and start working on our little logging job again. We'd done some work on it earlier in the winter, but then the snow just got too deep to get out there and keep working on it. So once the road cleared up enough to get out there, we hauled the Bobcat out there and had the winch and the grapple, and we started falling a few more trees and hauling some logs out of there and decking them up here at home. Well, the snow has finally cleared up now on some of the other roads, and we can get out to our pit where we've been getting gravel, rock, to fill in this pad, to build this pad out here that we're going to build a warehouse on. So we cleared up the logging area, got all the trees out and logs out that we had down, cleaned that mess up out there, and brought the equipment home. Now we've changed the Bobcat over from the winch and the grapple to the bucket and loading it up into the trailer, and we're going to head out to the rock pit and start hauling some rock. The Forest Service gives us a permit to go out and cut trees down to use for lumber for personal use. And just as they allow us to do that, they also allow us to get a mineral permit to go out and get rocks and gravel to use for personal use. And we're allowed to go out into some of these pits that have been opened up and get shot rock out of them. We can't get any stockpiled rock, any crushed rock, or anything that's been cleaned up and set aside for other uses. But we can go out and work in the pit and get the shot rock and stuff off of the walls and whatnot. So that's what we've been doing for a couple years now, several years now, to build our property with, to fill in some of the soft spots and stuff like that. Well, that's what we're going to do today. We're going to go out here and get a few loads of rock and try to fill in that pad that we've been working on for the last couple of years. I first started working on this pad about 4 years ago to build a cabin for my son to live in, but he bought a condo in town and moved to town, which worked out real well for him, and we just used the pad for a storage spot for our trailers and things, and that worked out well for that for a while. Last summer I started working on the house again, and I decided we just have too much stuff inside the house to finish it, to be able to work on it. So I need to build a warehouse or someplace dry to store all that stuff in while I work on the house. Well, I needed to expand that pad out, finish it out, so we got a place to store everything. I can build a warehouse there, and we can store all the stuff in the house and then some of the other things we have around the place. Winter came early here last year. We started getting snow and freezing weather in the middle of October, and you just can't do any work outside here, especially driving on these roads hauling rock and stuff if there's snow on the road. So we didn't get much done last fall. Things opened up in November and December. The snow melted off, and we were able to get our permit and get out here and start hauling some rock. And we got a pretty good start on getting that pad opened up enough to where we can use it to build on. But we couldn't get finished by the time the snow started again. I think we hauled about 18 or 20 loads of rock in there, and we filled in a big portion of it, but we couldn't get it finished. So we're going to try to get it finished now so we can start working on it again, or at least get it so that we can get the rock settled in before we start building on it. Wound up getting 3 loads of rock yesterday afternoon. They're 3, 4, maybe more yards each. I could have gotten more, but I was running low on diesel in the pickup. I need to get it fueled up, and it was getting a little bit late. I was getting wet. It was raining, and even though I wasn't out in the rain too much, I still got wet, a little chilly, so quit. Got to go run to town today and get some more fuel in the pickup, and then we'll start hauling again. Meanwhile, I'm going to go ahead and get this stuff spread out a little bit. We'll use the PC30 to do that. I got that rock spread out pretty good. Pulling those big rocks out, I'm going to use those to armor that bank over there, that cut bank. I need to walk that in, pack it down, but it's starting to rain, so I got to go put this camera away. I didn't keep track of how many loads of rock that we hauled, but it was about 16 or so of the straight pit run rock that we hauled. We got all of that area there where the trailer's sitting right now. That was a big hole there. We got that all filled up and along that edge. And back over here on this side, there's a culvert running right there, right behind the back of the trailer. That was a big ditch along there. That's all filled up all the way through. All right. Over to here, that's the end of the culvert, which is just past our property line onto the highway. So that'll dump water there. So this is all filled in pretty good with just straight pit run. There's a lot of fines in this stuff. A lot of those rocks fracture up pretty good, and it makes pretty good fines, which binds that up real good, but it makes mud on top. So we've got one spot there where they had some crushed rock that's about 3" minus or something like that, that was waste that was all mixed in with a whole bunch of other stuff that we've been collecting to put on top to kind of level this off and fill in the low spots, get it so it's not muddy. And there's also some shelves of really hard rock that fractures up fairly flat, and that's what I've been getting to face that bank over there and do some other things with, like playing with that rock to landscape with it and stuff. So this is the 5th load of this rock that we've gotten. Got 4 loads yesterday, and this is the 1st load today. Pouring down rain this morning, I didn't feel like getting out, but this pretty much got this crushed rock cleaned up. And mostly what I'm doing is, I've been filtering out the head size and a little larger rock out of that, but mostly what I put in there this time was enough to cushion the bottom of the trailer so we don't smash it with these big rocks when we put those in there, so we don't beat that trailer up too bad. I want to go get one more load of this stuff. We got a little bit more of that I'm digging out. I have to, like I said, dig out the bigger rocks out of it because it's all mixed up, and then I'll put a little bed in the bottom of the trailer for that stuff, and then dig out some more of this big rock here. And then we're going to bring the Bobcat home because it's pouring down rain this morning. We got a little break right now. It's supposed to be 100% chance to get another ½ inch of rain tomorrow and the next day. So anyway, having fun. Wife likes dumping their rock out.
you? You found the key. That's great. I found that cabinet in the basement 2 weeks ago.
You leave it in there.